History, they say, is written by the victors. But what about the threads left unwoven, the stories untold, the voices silenced? This is a journey to uncover those hidden truths, to delve into the shadows and unearth the forgotten narratives that shaped a nation. Our journey begins not in the hallowed halls of power, but in the whispers of the marginalized, the forgotten, the deliberately erased. From the hidden lives of indigenous communities to the forgotten struggles of everyday people, we'll unearth the often ignored realities that lie beneath the surface of American history. This is not a tale of heroes and villains, but of human beings, flawed and complex, who shaped and were shaped by the forces of their time. Join us as we embark on a journey of discovery, peeling back the layers of history to reveal the hidden truths that lie beneath. It's a journey that will challenge our assumptions and lead us to a more nuanced understanding of the American story. Our journey begins with a story, one that highlights the often overlooked experiences of those who built America from the ground up. Consider the Transcontinental Railroad, a feat of engineering often hailed as a symbol of American progress. But what about the laborers who laid the tracks, the countless immigrants who risked their lives in harsh conditions? The Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, the first law in U.S. history to exclude an entire ethnic group, stands as a stark reminder of the discrimination faced by these workers. Their story, one of backbreaking labor, cultural prejudice, and ultimately exclusion, reveals a darker side to the narrative of American progress. It forces us to confront the human cost of ambition, the forgotten sacrifices made in the name of national advancement. Across the nation, countless stories remain untold, silenced by the passage of time, or deliberately obscured by those in power. From the forced displacement of Native American tribes to the exploitation of immigrant labor, the history of the United States is replete with instances where the pursuit of progress came at a steep human cost. By acknowledging the experiences of those often relegated to the footnotes, we gain a more complete and nuanced perspective on the forces that have shaped American society. It is in these forgotten narratives that we truly begin to understand the complexities of the American story. The American frontier, a vast and unforgiving landscape, holds within its embrace a multitude of untold stories. We often envision rugged pioneers, brave souls venturing into the unknown. But this romanticized image often obscures the diverse realities of life on the frontier, particularly the experiences of women, minorities, and marginalized communities. Consider the story of Biddy Mason, a formerly enslaved woman who fought for her freedom and became a successful entrepreneur in 19th century Los Angeles. Her story, one of resilience, determination, and entrepreneurial spirit, challenges the traditional narrative of the American West. The frontier was not merely a space of conquest and expansion, but also a crucible of cultural exchange, conflict, and adaptation. These forgotten pioneers, the women, minorities, and indigenous communities who navigated the challenges of the frontier, offer a different perspective on the making of America. The tapestry of American history is woven with threads of courage, resilience, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. While some figures loom large in the national narrative, countless others have toiled in relative obscurity, their contributions to the fight for equality and progress often overlooked or forgotten. Consider the story of Robert Smalls, a formerly enslaved man who commandeered a Confederate ship during the Civil War and sailed it to freedom. His daring escape, a testament to his courage and ingenuity, not only secured his own liberty but also provided valuable intelligence to the Union Army. Smalls went on to serve in the U.S. Congress, fighting for the rights of all Americans, regardless of race. The civil rights movement, often remembered for its iconic leaders, was in reality a grassroots movement fueled by the tireless efforts of countless ordinary citizens. These whispers from the past, the stories of unsung heroes and heroines, remind us that every individual has the power to make a difference. Their acts of courage, compassion, and unwavering commitment to justice serve as an inspiration to future generations. The Industrial Revolution, a period of unprecedented technological advancement and economic growth, cast a long shadow across the American landscape. While it ushered in an era of prosperity for some, it also came at a steep price for many others. The rise of factories and urban centers drew millions to cities in search of opportunity. But it also created a new class of urban poor, living and working in deplorable conditions. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire of 1911, one of the deadliest industrial disasters in U.S. history, stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of unchecked industrialization. The tragedy, which claimed the lives of 146 garment workers, mostly young immigrant women, exposed the unsafe working conditions and lack of worker protections that were commonplace in many factories. The rise of industrial capitalism also fueled labor unrest, as workers organized to demand better wages, safer working conditions, and an end to exploitative practices. The shadows of industrialization serve as a reminder that progress is rarely without its victims. Conflict in its various forms is an inescapable thread woven throughout the tapestry of American history. From the colonial era to the present day, the nation has grappled with internal divisions, social unrest, and outright warfare. The issue of slavery, a deeply divisive force from the nation's inception, serves as a stark example of how unresolved conflicts can fester and ultimately erupt in violence. The American Civil War, a bloody conflict that claimed the lives of over 600,000 Americans, stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of intolerance, prejudice, and the failure to address fundamental issues of equality and justice. By understanding the factors that have contributed to division and strife, we can begin to address the root causes of conflict and work towards a more just and equitable society. The pursuit of freedom, a fundamental aspiration of the human spirit, has been a driving force throughout American history. From the nation's founding ideals to the ongoing struggles for equality and justice, the quest for liberty has taken many forms and inspired countless acts of courage, resilience, and unwavering determination. The Underground Railroad, a clandestine network of safe houses and abolitionists who helped enslaved people escape to freedom, stands as a testament to the power of collective action and the unwavering belief in human dignity. Harriet Tubman, a conductor on the Underground Railroad who risked her own life to lead others to freedom, embodies the spirit of this movement, her courage and compassion an inspiration to generations. The fight for women's suffrage, a movement that spanned decades, challenged traditional gender roles and demanded equal rights for women. Suffragists like Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton faced ridicule, imprisonment, and societal scorn in their pursuit of the right to vote. These untold stories of resilience remind us that the fight for freedom is often a long and arduous journey, marked by setbacks and triumphs alike. American society, much like the shifting sands of a desert landscape, is in a constant state of flux. Throughout its history, the nation has undergone profound social, cultural, and technological transformations, each wave of change bringing with it both progress and its discontents. The Progressive Era, a period of social and political reform in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, aimed to address the ills of industrialization, urbanization, and political corruption. Muckraking journalists exposed societal problems, while reformers advocated for labor rights, women's suffrage, and government regulation of business. The counterculture movement of the 1960s challenged traditional social norms, questioning authority and advocating for peace, love, and social justice. These periods of social change, while often characterized by progress and reform, also exposed deep divisions within American society. Understanding these dynamics is essential to navigating the challenges of the present and building a more just and equitable future. History, as we've discovered, is not a monolithic entity, but rather a collection of perspectives, interpretations, and narratives, each shaped by the experiences, biases, and agendas of those who tell it. The power of perspective lies in its ability to challenge dominant narratives, to shed light on overlooked experiences, and to offer a more nuanced and complete understanding of the past. Consider the traditional narrative of westward expansion, often portrayed as a triumph of American ingenuity and manifest destiny. From the perspective of indigenous communities, however, this same period represents a time of displacement, dispossession, and cultural genocide. By reframing the narrative through their eyes, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of this period, recognizing both the achievements and the injustices that shaped the American West. By embracing multiple perspectives, we move beyond simplistic narratives of heroes and villains, recognizing the complexities, contradictions, and nuances that make history both compelling and instructive. The past, as the saying goes, is never truly past. It casts a long shadow over the present, its echoes reverberating through the generations. The legacies of slavery, discrimination, and social injustice continue to shape American society today, influencing everything from economic inequality to racial disparities in healthcare, education, and the criminal justice system. The Black Lives Matter movement, a contemporary response to ongoing racial injustice, highlights the enduring legacy of slavery and discrimination, reminding us that the fight for equality is far from over. Understanding the enduring legacy of the past is essential to addressing the challenges of the present. By acknowledging the ways in which historical injustices continue to shape contemporary society, we can begin to dismantle systems of oppression and create a more just and equitable future for all Americans. Our journey through the shadows of American history has been one of discovery, challenge, and ultimately, a call to action. We've unearthed hidden truths, amplified silenced voices, and confronted uncomfortable realities about the nation's past. This process of uncovering and reckoning with the complexities of history is not about assigning blame or wallowing in guilt, but rather about understanding the forces that have shaped us as a nation and using that knowledge to create a more just and equitable future. Remembering the past, in all its complexity, is not merely an academic exercise but a moral imperative. By remembering, we honor the struggles and sacrifices of those who came before us, and we commit ourselves to the ongoing pursuit of justice and equality for all. Let us remember, not to dwell in the past, but to learn from it, to draw inspiration from the courage and resilience of those who fought for a better tomorrow, and to continue the work of building a more perfect union, one that truly lives up to its ideals of liberty, justice, and equality for all.